Hi, Joseph Flahiff here, and I want to share with you a conceptual framework that I've developed to help you with delegation. You probably have heard me talk a lot about delegation, how important it is that we delegate decision-making authority, not work or tasks. So people have taken that idea and jumped too far and said, okay, I'm just going to delegate everything, and they can't take it personally as leaders, and the team members aren't ready for it. So I've developed this framework to help you ease in, dip your toe in the water and trying to slowly get into it, and to give you clarity in why you're doing it, what you're doing, how you're doing it, to help the people who are receiving the decisions understand what their ownership is and what your ownership is and where the lines are. It's really important that people are clear about what you're asking of them, because if they're not clear, then they get frustrated and you get frustrated, and that's a difficulty of communication. So this framework should help you with that. Across this axis is going to be your engagement, and across this axis is what you delegate. So the idea is that you don't just delegate everything, right? If you have a piece of work that needs to be done and involves X number of decisions about what should be done and how it should be done and when it should be done and order and sequence, all these kinds of things, you don't just dump all that on somebody, but rather you have a team of people that you're working with, and you say, all right, as a leader, I'm going to share with you the vision of where we're going. What is the vision for this piece of work? What are we trying to accomplish? And here are the guidelines, the guide rails. Don't go outside of this, but within there, you guys and gals do it. This is your area. So let's just talk through this. So you can delegate who does the work. So if you have this group of 5 or 6 people, you could delegate that you all decide who's going to do the work. I don't care. This is the work that needs to get done. This is the objective we're trying to accomplish. You decide how it's going to get done, okay? You could delegate when, or the order and sequence that the work gets done. Here's the work. Here's the outcome that we're trying to accomplish. What sequence should you do those things in order to get them done? I don't care as the leader. You figure it out. Give them autonomy. Give them authority. You could give them the ability to decide what gets done. This is the outcome. This is where we're headed. You figure out what. Decide what. Or you can give them the ability to decide how. I don't care what it is. I don't care. Or I'm going to take the other way around. I'm going to tell you who's going to do it. I'm going to tell you when it needs to be done and what order to do the work. I'm going to tell you what needs to be done, but I don't care how it gets done. So you decide how it gets done. I need a square. You decide how to build that square. I don't care. So you have to be clear with people what you're actually delegating. Who, when, what, how. You don't want to delegate the why. When you delegate the why, you're abdicating ownership. The why is what you provide as the leader, that inspiration and motivation to help them see where they're going. The why is, we go back to Simon Sinek. Start with why. You need to communicate your why to the team and help them understand their own whys. Okay, across the top here now, what does it mean to delegate? Are you delegating, well, this isn't delegating, directive, right? That your engagement with the team can be directive. And everything basically starts out here to begin with when you're learning to do this. You tell them what to do, and you tell them, who's going to do it, when they're going to do it, what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. You just direct all of it. The next step you can take without causing yourself too much stress would be to get their advisory input. Hey, I'm going to make the decision, the final decision, but I want your input. Who should do this work? Hey, I'm going to make the final decision, but what order do you think we should do this in? Get their input, get their feedback. You're still taking the ownership of making that last decision, but you're making the decision. So you can figure out where they're at. You could get participation. Hey, 5 people, as a team, we are going to make this decision. I have 1 vote. I don't have the deciding vote. I don't have the trumping vote, but we're going to participate together and share a discussion. We're going to discuss who should do this work. What do you think? Oh, okay. And then you can figure out your decision-making process for how you make that decision. And lastly is fully released. And that is to say, as a leader, I am giving you the vision of why we're doing this and where we're headed. You decide who's going to do the work. I don't care. Don't even tell me. I'm okay. I just want to see the outcome. And that's fully released. So you can see then that if you have a decision that's coming and you're trying to learn how to delegate decision making, you can go through this and decide, I am going to keep these, but I'm going to get advisory on how. Or scratch all, eraser, scratch all that. I am going to get advisory input on everything, except I'm going to get them to be participatory in the decision here. Or maybe I'm okay with, I'm going to do this. Actually, this is a common one. I'm going to decide all these things with your input, but participatory, we are going to decide who does the work, who gets the work taken. Or maybe I'm going to fully release it, but I'm going to keep these. Or maybe I'm going to do this, right? You can have any combination of these things, but be clear in yourself, in your intention, and in your communication to the team on what you mean. If you're not clear, then it's not communicated, then you don't really have a place getting upset when things go sideways, and they're going to often be frustrated. So this is a tool, conceptual framework, to help you understand what it is to delegate decision-making authority. Thanks for watching this. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. If you know some other folks who would benefit from watching this, please share this with them, like it, and pass it on. Thank you.